all you need is your birth of time, your date of time and your place of time. And गौतम के बारे में अगर आपको ज़्यादा जानना है, मैं थोड़ा बहुत बता सकती हूँ, लेकिन ज़्यादा जानने के लिए आप उनकी वेबसाइट पे जा सकते हो, starsandastrology.com. You can go there, fill in your information. If you want to reach out to him, there are certain questions you don't want to ask on air. आप जा सकते हो starsandastrology.com पे, वो अपना डेटा फीड कर दीजिए, which is very secure, and he will get back to you. And also you can find more about him on the website starsandastrology.com. So YouTube पे आप उनको ढूंढ सकते हो, उनका channel is Stars in Astrology. Facebook is again the same, facebook.com/starsinAstrology. नंबर बता देती हूँ गौतम का 9254136912 is his number, जहाँ आप कॉल कर सकते हैं. और अगर हमारे शो में आपको कॉल करके कोई सवाल करने हैं या कुछ पूछना है आपको, तो आप हमारे स्टूडियो में कॉल कर सकते हो, जो है 510-657-1170. That's the number to call on the studio, and make sure you have all the information, or else you can go to starsandastrology.com. And आज हमारे शो में कुछ स्पेशल भी होने वाला है. If you think you're lucky today, if you're feeling lucky enough, you should listen to our show. You might just win something. Hi Gautam, happy Monday.
Hi, happy Monday to you too, Isha. You had a good weekend?
I had a great weekend.
See, you never asked me about my weekend, but I always make it a point to ask you about
How
your
was your
weekend.
weekend?
It was good.
Good?
It was good. It was really nice. I got plenty sleep.
Plenty, yeah, that's much needed. Much needed in this hot weather.
No, but all right, excellent. Thank you for the introduction as always. I know I've got a few things to say, and obviously callers call in, and we'll take one question from every caller. Is the audio okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, perfect. And I wanted to talk about a very, very important topic. We're going to talk about Sade Sati, or the Shani Dosh, which is so malefic and so hyped up and so scary, and we're going to bust every myth that is associated with Shani Dosha and Sade Sati. Have you ever heard of Sade Sati?
I have heard of Sade Sati, yes.
Do you know what it is? So you've just heard about it. So you've heard about it from a good perspective or a bad perspective, or?
I mean, I've just heard about what people talk about Shani and Sade Sati, but I have no perspective.
All right, so let me tell you. So Sade Sati stands actually for Sade Sati for 7.5 years. Saturn stays in a sign for 2.5 years. When it traverses through 3 signs, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, that is a cumulative of 7.5 years.
3 signs?
3 signs, as in it goes from Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So it goes into 3, because Saturn stays in one sign for 2.5 years. And when it traverses, so 2.5 times 3, Isha, is 7.5.
Yes, I know. I'm going to test your manual.
All right, don't worry about it. Perfect.
Yeah.
So the whole myth about this is that when Saturn traverses the 12th sign or the 12th house from your natal moon as in wherever moon is placed in your natal chart at the time of birth, whenever it traverses the 12th house from natal moon and then the first house, which means it comes close to moon and then it goes to the second house, it's called Sade Sati. Now the connotation has been very, very negative around Sade Sati, and that's for a couple of reasons. When a lot of astrologers do not understand what is going on in a chart, but they happen to see that, oh, Saturn transiting is going through a Sade Sati, so the problems must be attributed to Sade Sati then, right?
Okay.
Just like when you've got some issues with communication or speech or whatever it is, it must be attributed to Mercury retrograde. So the whole thing is, let me start right from the onset. And as always, I'm willing to take bets. I'm willing to take anybody head on, or anybody wants to come on the radio show and say that I'm absolutely wrong and I'm speaking out of thin air. I'm absolutely willing and to discuss it. But nowhere in our scriptures is there any mention of Sade Sati. There is absolutely none. Now let me talk about the negative connotation, and I'm going to give one example. I'm going to talk about a Libra ascendant or a Tula Lagna person. Now for a Tula Lagna person or a Libra ascendant, you've got Saturn, which is the ruler of the 4th and the 5th house. So the 5th house is higher education, progeny, status, position, wealth, and the 4th house is property, land, mother, peace of mind. So all those 2 houses, the 4th and the 5th house, have good positive connotations to it. Now Saturn is the ruler of those 2 houses for a Libra Lagna. Now take an example where Moon, the planet Moon, at the time of birth for that native is placed in the 10th house or it's its own sign. 10th house Moon is fantastic because it strengthens the house of profession. All of those good things happen. And Moon in the 4th house, if it's strong, will actually make somebody a very good businessman when it comes to textiles. Does it deal with liquid, chemical, and all of those things? Even dealing with chemicals generally. Arts, textiles, all of those things. Even some nurses have strong moons. So all of those things fall within the purview of moon. Anyways, if you've got a Saturn transiting or the perceived Sade Sati, so Saturn in that case would be transiting through the 9th house, 10th house, and then the 11th house for that native. In that 7.5 years, that native, starting with the 9th house transition, will get into and this is assuming that Saturn is well placed, will actually get into spirituality, will travel, good for the father, good for fortune generally. Looks at the 11th house, will create income. Goes on a 10th house, strengthens the 10th house. It's like a pseudo mini Rajyog, the 5th lord coming in the 10th house. So you get a boost to your own career. When it goes into the 11th, your income actually increases. So just by this example, where you've got Sade Sati in a native's chart, there will be brilliant things happening for this native.
Okay.
So for people to suggest, and there are numerous other examples. I just took this example because it came to mind and anybody can associate with it. But Sade Sati by itself is a complete sham. It is a complete myth. And I tell and I implore all the Vedic astrologers, all the Indian astrologers, even Western astrologers have started doing, or Saturn transiting, or the Saturn rerun, it's coming back a full circle, 29 years, the Saturn rerun, I'm going to do a solar rerun, Saturn rerun. All of this is complete nonsense.
Okay.
Period. All right. I'm